That's the best I could do. I don't have a lot of room. Brandino Wolfensteino. Shingeki no Kyojin Attack on Titan 74. Finally a new chapter after years of waiting. So we come back. If you've caught up already, you should know what's going down. Quick recap. Everybody's at the wall, and they're trying to close up the holes so they can retake Mario. So, basically, they're starting out their mission, as it is. And Eren goes down. He swings down to the bottom, tightens up, irons up, or crystals up, and then breaks out and closes up the first part of Mario. Now, Armin has been part of the rest of the gang because there's a lot of people that came on this mission. And they've been searching around this whole empty block to figure out, like, where are these Titans? They should be here. We should see Reiner. We should see Bernholt, which is the extra big one. But those are the only two that we know. And we're wondering where, you know, everybody's at. So they go around, they do some scouting. Eren just got out of his Titan mode, so you know Mikasa's on it. You know she's taking care of her man. Because she's Mikasa. Because you know she's always on the lookout to stomp some ass. But so she's you know wrapping him in his hoodie and everything. He's like, thanks honey. And of course, I always forget her name. She has an easy name, but the scientist, the crazy scientist with the glasses, that's Mad Boss. She was like, "Are you right, Eren? You sure you're okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, just like we practiced. Let's just get to the next spot." The rest of the battalion's coming back. Well, actually, Armin comes back first, and he's like, "Yeah, we didn't find anything. They're still searching, and we're looking in every nook and cranny because they're looking in all the houses to try to see if they're like hiding." And it's like, we're looking in all nooks and crannies, and we just cannot find them. And of course, Captain's like, you know, he's like, all right, well, keep searching. You know, we'll try to make sure that we can get this whole place taken over and everything like that. And while Eren and Mikasa's coming back, they're like, well, all we got to do is plug up these holes, right? And then we should be good. And of course, you know, Levi being the calculating one, he's like, well, really, these holes are only part of it. We have to make sure that we take out Reiner and Bernholt because those are the main part of, plus the rest of our enemies, because they are the main reason why we're here. So if we don't find them, even though we know there should be around somewhere, you know, our mission isn't finished. Now, Armin, being the smart one, he's racking his brain this chapter. And it's like, it's going through a lot of places where he's in command because he's been given that, he's been appointed that, but I don't think he's really ready to be a commander. So when it's like tons of them waving and like, what should we do? What should we do? He's like, just go scouting and, you know, just do it, please. And it's like, you know, he's not really used to being like the center of attention. So for him to be leading this brigade as it is, you know, he's not really ready for it. But, you know, he's racking his brain. He's using any type of like minuscule, you know, detective type of understanding and pinpointing and just picking out everything that he can pick out. And what he found also was down near the ground on the wall, near probably one of the places, he's like, yeah, they must have had like some tea or something, because there is a kettle, there's some black stuff in the kettle, so it might have been like black tea, and there's some cups. Now also what he said was that there weren't, now if you haven't read it already, you know what, I don't even know why I'm saying this, because you know it's spoilers, but there were 3 cups. Now we only know that it's Bernholt and Reiner. Then again, we know Ymir should be out here too, right? She should be the 3rd person. But we don't exactly know who's been out here with them. So there's 3 cups, and they're like, there's probably a 3rd person, and the kettle is cool. So they're like, all right. We know that they're in the vicinity. They can't hide anywhere. So it's like, where exactly would they even be? So Armin is just like racking his brain. And the thing about Attack on Titan is he really captured Isayama really captured the one of the best like shocked and like fear and like just like stressed faces. He can capture that very well. And I've noticed in the last few chapters, maybe it's just me, but for some reason it seems like the penning is very heavy. I don't know if it's just because of the heaviness of what's going on or whatever, but it just usually, you expect it to be like a really thick black line because that's just how Attack on Titan is, but for some reason it's been coming off a little heavy to me, but maybe that's just me. But you could see in Armin's face that he is really struggling with like, where are these guys at? Because there's no way that they could have been here and they're hiding. They have to be somewhere. So they deduct that for some reason the kettle's cold. Now, after you just finished drinking some tea, the kettle will still be hot. Even if the battalion was moving slow and they were walking on their horses, it'll take some time for something like a kettle, which was being heated, superheated, especially for somebody to drink. It had to be heated to a certain temperature, so it would take some time to cool down. And the amount of time it took them to get from the original gates where they were at all the way to Maria so that they can lock up the wall wouldn't have been enough time for that kettle to be as cool as it was. So the captain's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just saying the captain because so many names, so many manga, so many anime, a lot of names. But you know what I'm talking about. Blonde captain, armless. He's like, so then they had to have gotten prior notice of us leaving, possibly even like 5 minutes before we actually left. Which means they would be done with whatever they were drinking and eating, snacking or whatever 5 minutes before the regiment even set out. And then they would have been able to like hide and everything would have cooled down. Because the kettle, I guess, was cool enough to where it was like, you could still kind of think there was something in there, but it wasn't like, I don't know. Just how they were describing it. So then Armin's racking his brain in this chapter. He's just racking his brain. He's like, I don't know. Where could they be? Like we checked all of the crevices. We checked everywhere. And he's telling the guys to go out and check again because he's like, just to be sure. Then it dawns on him. Titans are part of the wall. And technically, we found a Titan in the wall. So they're in the wall. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, they could hide in the wall if they want, but wouldn't they go full Titan and like actually like make a wall in themselves? But I'm like, no, that would take too much time. Plus they would have to destroy a part of the wall and then harden and then make it look as flat as it was before. I don't think that's possible. But I was thinking like, just like Armin told him, he's like, we're going to have to go back to the beginning. We got to go back to the beginning of the wall and we're going to have to start tapping all the way down this wall to find a shallow part. Armin turns out to be right. They find this one spot, and the dude's like, hey, he's right here. Reiner comes out. Boom, full stab. Kills the guy. And he falls down, and of course, Levi is on it. Like, immediately with the slash. Like, he came all the way from the top of the wall, flew down, and sliced him directly in the back of his neck. No wasted time. As soon as Reiner showed his face, it was a wrap. So I'm like, oh, them Ackerman, man. And I'm surprised Mikasa wasn't out there fast enough. But, Levi's on it because he's always in the zone. But, auto zone. So then, like, Reiner's still not going down. And Levi, like, stabs him through the stomach because it's like, he's really got to take this guy out. Reiner falls. And you think, oh, everybody, maybe he's gone. Because he did cut the nape of his neck. But, oh no. Mr. Armored Titan don't play like that. He don't go down that easily. So we're sitting here thinking like, oh God, he's still alive. So as Reiner's getting up and getting ready to fight again, and Aaron's like preparing to go to war now because even though he just used some of his crystallization, which took a lot of stress on his body, and he's been doing this for weeks, so he is burnt out. But not on top of that, behind the wall in the field, a whole bunch of Titan transformations. So we're like, they had an army waiting back there? No wonder nobody was there. So I'm like, oh, no. No. And then they have that monkey Titan guy, which is like super intelligent. I don't know who, I really want to know who that guy is. Because he's been walking around laughing and smacking humans down and everything. Like it's all good. And this one, which I appreciate, like the form, they used some shot put because the guy took a boulder, got himself in a stance, you know, plugged it into his neck, came back, shot putted a boulder straight at the regiment, and they're like, oh, we're under attack. Then it's like, it hit the wall, so there's like, oh, he missed, it's all right. And it's like, no, he did that on purpose. He locked out the rest of our soldiers so that now it's just basically us and the scouts regiment versus the Titans, and it's just going to be a pound for pound brawl between the humans and the Titans, and that's basically what they wanted. They cornered everybody that was left in the scout regime that went. Everybody that had the courage to go. They cornered them. They have a mess of transforming Titans out there, especially the smart one, and then they got Reiner and probably Bernholt somewhere lying in wait for just the right moment before he comes in and starts wrecking shop too. So right now we got a let's get ready to rumble. We got a little like battle really about to start right now. And the chapter ends, so I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna make it. There are too many Titans out there. Eren, I don't expect Eren to sit there and hold the team because we got two Ackermen out here. We got Mikasa ready, she out for blood, and Levi been bloodthirsty since the jump. So we got two strong Ackermen out here. Plus we got Jaeger, you know, him able to transform. Maybe not might be at full power, but you know he's good enough. And then we got a good amount of scouts ready to roll at any time. So they have a good amount of forces. It's just that now they're dealing with transforming Titans. And if you know, like Annie and Bernholt and Reiner and Eren, transforming Titans actually retain some of, if not all, of their mental capacity, which means they're going to be way harder to fight. They probably could cover the nape of their neck. They're probably going to be a little bit more defensive. And now the Scouts Regiment, who is so used to fighting these dummy, you know, these stupid Titans, now they got to fight actual Titans that fight like people trying to protect themselves from like flying ants that are going to try to cut the back of their neck. This is just a chapter before the battle begins. I have a headache. This is gonna get crazy. Woo! So anyway, that's all for my review. I can't be too loud, it's nighttime. But comment below, subscribe all over here, and don't let the fact that we knew that there had to be a trap there. We knew it. And the fact that they used the old Titan technique of hiding in the wall just to get away with it, get you down. Plus monkey guy. Because the dawn always rises on a new day. That thing would be to subscribe. So yeah, at last week's Attack on Titan up top, Toriko, Bokuno, Nanatsu, Ansatsu, Enen no Shobutai. I keep saying Enen. It's you know what it is. Fire Brigade, Radiant, medium level. I really don't know if I'm doing anything else. Toriko, Bokuno, Ansatsu, Nanatsu, Radiant, and yeah, should be doing like so. So yeah, those are all that should be up for the week. Wisdom Wednesdays. Hopefully we'll be back on talking to you, Don, and if you're watching. And like I said, comment, subscribe. I don't know if they're gonna make it through this battle, man. there's a lot of Titans. Like, there are a lot of Titans out there. Too many.